Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Tuesday Tidbits with Sheri. I want to ask you a quick question. Do you know what the start of our day has in common with how we end it? I'll tell you in a minute. I'm Sheri Burke, and I'm a life coach and change agent. I work with women who are experiencing major life changes, and I support them in navigating the chaos and confusion and to recreate their lives and to reignite their purpose, passion, and play. So I was recently listening to a podcast by Michael Hyatt, and he was talking about the daily rituals that we have in our life. And yes, we have rituals in our life. Have you ever had the experience of getting out of bed and the next thing you knew, you were walking out the door and you weren't quite certain how you got there, fully prepared for it? Well, that's the benefit of our daily rituals and the habits that are embedded in those rituals. What do you do in the morning to get ready? Do you clean up, work out, have a little bit of breakfast, maybe do some prayer and meditation, possibly some journaling, and then get out the door? Maybe you have a few additional steps because there are household members involved. Whatever you do, look at it and make it the most effective to serve you in being efficient and to reduce the stress in this busy world and to take care of yourself at the very same time. When we try to change our routines, we are frequently surprised by how difficult it is. And that difficulty arises because we have so many habits that we have embedded into our daily rituals. And our getting ready for bed in the evening has its own rituals. And that's what the end of the day has in common with the beginning of the day. It's rituals. When we are getting ready for bed in the evening, we may have some routines where we choose the clothes that we're going to wear for the morning. We may check our schedule and the appointments that we have to make certain that we are on time or we've managed everything. We may then wash our face, brush our teeth. Maybe there's a little spiritual conversation with our higher power, another closing evening prayer. And to make this ritual in the evening a little more efficient, you may want to consider having it start every evening at the same time and allow yourself plenty of time to get good sleep. After all, your day the next day will be much better because you've had a good night's sleep. There's no right or wrong way to do this. What is important is that you recognize you have these routines and you make them work for you. You make them as efficient as possible. And that way you are taking good care of yourself and you are getting ready for the next day. So what happens if you have a schedule that's a little different or, it disrupts your routine? How do you recover? For instance, maybe the alarm clock went off late and you have to shortcut your routine to get out the door on time. Do you know what you would cut out or where you would take shortcuts? Consider it. Think about it in advance so you have a shortcut routine. And that way you aren't as disrupted because of the problem. Then there are times when you even have odd scheduled days. And with those odd scheduled days, you may want to have a totally different ritual that goes with it. Or maybe you go out of town for work a lot and need a slightly different routine. Make them work for you. Pre-plan them. And finally, the last thing that I got from Michael Hyatt's podcast was the concept that we have opening and closing work rituals. Now, I know I've got those, but I'd never thought about it. And, when we start our work day, it could include reviewing our calendar and the status of our projects to make certain that we're focused on what we need to do. It could include reviewing our email or returning phone calls. Whatever it is, you may want to pre-plan it so that you are effective and starting your day with high energy and focus. Of course, it might include that first cup of coffee at your desk or wherever you want to get kicked off there. And then, of course, there's closing the day. It may include reviewing your calendar or your schedule for the next day. It could include closing your computer, shutting it down after you've closed your email, and clearing off your desk so you can start with a clean slate in the morning. So whatever you do, make this one work for you as well. So we've talked about today the value of rituals and how they are in our lives already. Make them work for you. All of these fall under taking care of yourself and being more productive. So, what's your favorite daily ritual? Why don't you leave a comment below and share it with the rest of us? And if you would like a few more hints on taking good care of yourself, why don't you go check out one of my blogs, Small Acts of Self-Care. The link's in the comments above. So until the next time, I'm Sheri Burke, life coach and change agent. Bye for now, and be good to yourself.